Hello, greetings everyone, and welcome to United States of Africa. Yesterday, they took the former South African president into custody, and this is a great miscarriage of justice, because the reason why I resist this is because the apartheid regime, even after carrying out massive human rights violations, carrying out genocide, they still have never been held accountable. We are seeing people like de Klerk roaming free, yet black leaders are actually first to be arrested. They are the first to be humiliated in almost every kind of instance, and it shows that there is no level playing field when it comes to access to justice, or how the justice systems work in South Africa. And this is something that the United States of Africa would love to see change with the same kind of seriousness as the same kind of seriousness that the Constitutional Court took Zuma's case. We should also see the same kind of seriousness in ensuring that the victims of the genocide caused by the apartheid regime get justice, and that all these leaders responsible for black genocide in South Africa are held accountable, because we cannot claim that there is justice because a black leader has been humiliated. President Zuma was not even given an opportunity to post bail or any other opportunity so that he could be given just decision. And it looks like this decision was politically motivated by the apartheid regime, the remnants that are still celebrating their decision in South Africa. Something that we need to be worried about. Why are they celebrating? Yet they call for one-sided justice. We have not seen them calling for justice for the victims of the apartheid regime. We have not seen them calling for those who lost their loved ones to get justice, or for those who lost their land to the apartheid regime to get justice. And these are the conversations that we need to have as Africans, and we also need to have as people of African descent, as South Africans. There is need for open conversations, what justice means to Black Africa, because you cannot be talking about justice when the indigenous South Africans do not have access to land. The indigenous South Africans living in deep-rooted poverty. And the arrest of Zuma will not change economic conditions. It's not going to provide food in your table. And it's not going to lead to any significant economic development of South Africa. This is something that you need to keep in mind for those who are celebrating the humiliation of a leader who was very instrumental in the fight against apartheid. So now the remnants of the apartheid regime are actually paying back to those who fought against them. And I've never seen any country in the world which humiliates its freedom fighters, because this is going to go down in history as one of the most humiliating moments for South Africa and Africa as a nation. The freedom fighters deserve the right to be respected, and we have to honor our freedom fighters, acknowledge their contributions towards the liberation of Africa, towards the end of the apartheid, and people like President Zuma played a very important role in the struggle against the apartheid regime. It's because of people like him who resisted the regime that now South Africans have a certain level of freedom, but this freedom does not include the economic freedom. South Africa is yet to attain political emancipation and also the economic emancipation, because the apartheid regime still controls the economy, they control the politics, they control even the media. And before Zuma was arrested, they were making it appear like if he's not arrested, then the South African economy is going to fall down, is going to collapse. The same people now will be will be saying that Zuma's arrest is going to affect the economy. They'll keep on changing the narrative so that they can continue this narrative to see black leaders humiliated, and to see Africans humiliate themselves, and then they celebrate. If you look at the Western media, you'll see that they're actually celebrating the arrest of the anti-apartheid veteran. And this is something that we Africans need to open our eyes and see. We don't need to be told how Africa should be run, and we need to get our house in order, begin respecting our freedom fighters, and ensuring that black people are given equal justice. White leaders will commit the same kind of crimes. They will fail to appear when they are summoned, and the difference is that they are always forgiven and given the second opportunity. But for black leaders, when they fail to appear, they languish in prison. And this is the situation that we must change, a very uncomfortable situation. And we need to take action to ensure that this situation comes to an end, that it changes for the better, so that we begin to see justice being served to the people, to the millions of people that lost their loved ones during the apartheid regime, and also justice handed over to those responsible for crimes against humanity in South Africa. This is something that we cannot wish away and say that it's in the past. Human rights violations have to be addressed, and genocide cannot just go away by saying that we are going to forgive and move on. All the criminals have to be held accountable, and it's for this reason that Facebook has been trying to infringe on my right to free speech, to express my opinions, and to express, to share my thoughts with Africans on African affairs. The technological racism is another example of how the system of white establishment works, and how they use different channels to suppress, frustrate, and suppress black leaders wherever they are. So I'm going to encourage you to be part of United States of Africa, be wide awake, and don't just rush to judge people, because you might realize that the person who is being persecuted is actually innocent. For black leaders, it has always been they are guilty before they are proven innocent or otherwise, and that's not how the justice system should work. The black leaders need to be given the right to be able to prove themselves, to prove their innocence or otherwise. But we cannot allow this kind of situation to go on, whereas courts will just decide tomorrow Daniel is going to be in jail because of so and of this and that, without proving any criminal allegations. It shows abuse of power of the constitutional courts, and this is something that must change. Africa must unite and rally behind former South African President Jacob Zuma, and call for justice, call for these institutions to be accountable to the people.